Gold deposits along the inside bends. This comes from Chris Ralph's Fistful of Gold. Here's the arrows. Arrow shows the directions of the river. Inside bends. Inside bends. Gold deposit, gold deposit. This illustration shows gold concentrations that form along the inside bends of a river. Considerable coverage of pastries and how to read a river for gold deposits is provided in the chapter on Pacer Gold. Chris Ralph, page 220. This illustration shows how a stream crossing a gold-bearing quartz vein picks up gold. Often many small veins contribute gold to a pacer. I guess I come across here. Quartz veins, rich deposits, gold, 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 Public Land Law 082, PBL 82. Any person discovering a mine of gold and silver on private land or theirs. Any citizens of the United States discovering a mine or deposit of any mineral in or upon state land may keep it. This updated January 1, 1921. Signed April 16th, 1945. 22 is 22nd century new technologies. This is what rhyolite looks like. Rhyolite is from a volcano, made of a volcano. Banded rhyolite. This is what rhyolite looks like. This is what the rhyolite gold looks like when it came out of that stone. It was a great big stone, and I chopped it up a little bit. This is what I got left. a little while, get tuned in. Black sand comes out. Here the gold, gold metal. I don't know if you can see it or not in the gold. Sun shining on it also. So if you're in the Adirondacks and see something that looks like maybe rhyolite, anything whitish rock is rhyolite. We're in that category. Here we are at Whippoorwill Corners State Forest, State of New York, Department of Environmental Conservation. Here's St. Lawrence County Road 24. And this one here is 17, it goes this way. Here we are at Plum Brook, Public Fishing Stream, State of New York, Department of Environmental Conservation. Here you can try your gold panning, try to find some gold and sand. You want to go looking for gold and sand along the river, in the river. There's some sands. This kind of gold paint is what they give me when I first started out, freebie. This one's a little bit bigger, and the gold will get caught in here when you jiggle it around and dump it out. This is Garrett Super Sluice gold pan. You put your sand in there. Have this in your, towards your belly. Dump it in and you, guess you call it stratify. Put it in there, put water in there, and chunk it all up and down. Let the gold sink at the bottom. And you take the top layer off. I guess they do that. And go a little bit more. And try to get it down to nothing. If you get some gold in there, you can get Garrett's snuffer bottle. Maybe you can get rid of some sickness using this all the time. You push it in like this, get it down to where you want it, and suck it back up. And the gold will go in, sucking it up will go in there. You see some of got black sand in there already. Then I forgot another thing. Take some magnifying glass and turn it on, and magnifying glass, and see if there's any gold in there. They'll bring it up like that. I have two kinds. I like this one the best. This one here's got a light on the bottom, and it magnifies up. So you just put it, I'm 80 years old, can't see too good, so you just put it in there and adjust it up and down, see if you see any gold. That's the best one I like for everything. And here's another one, magnifying glass, turn it on. Then if you find some gold and you think you can find more, Matt Masterson taught me, showed me this on YouTube. And follow the black sand, go along the edge where you find it, and gold will fall out. It's heavier than black sand. Gold will fall out before that, but on a little ways farther, black sand will fall out because that's heavy. Then there'll be, you can follow the numbers. If you find some good numbers, black sand numbers, then the gold will fall out before it. Gold will fall out before that. If you find some good numbers in there, you know black sand is there, and the gold fall out before the black sand. So you can find more gold that way. That'd be one of the best places in the Adirondack Mountains, what this 80-year-old would think. This is New York State land here, Route 17. Plum Brook, taking a sharp right, and a sharp left. So when it takes a sharp right, if the gold comes down here in high water, it would stop right in here and then sink to the bottom. Then the next spring it would come and keep going down. Takes a sharp left. You'd have to walk into here and walk up the bank, across the river. This comes up of ICMJ's Prospecting and Mining Journal. Resources. Right now it's $2,305.
Guys out there ask me, Jeff, when you're out gold panning, how exactly do you do it? Yeah, one guy from Norway sent me a video, 44 minutes long, showing me how he gold panned, and he said he was losing a lot of the gold out of his pan. He wanted to know how I did it. So, I'm going to show you what I do when I'm out sampling in the wild or I'm in the desert or whatever. I brought along my trusty dusty super sluice gold pan, and I'm going to show you how I do it, and hopefully this will help all you guys out there who are gold panning, who are new to it, or maybe some of you guys who are seasoned veterans, and they just want a few extra little tips on how you gold pan. So I'm going to show you how I do it, and hopefully it helps. So here we go.
Ask Jeff Williams.
Okay. Alright, so the first thing you're going to want to do, obviously, is you got to get yourself a really, really good gold pan. Step one. Alright, and in my particular years of experience, I've noticed, out of all the gold pans I've ever used, the Garrett Super Sluice, which is this guy right here, is one of the best gold pans I've ever used. Why? Well, for starters, see these two big old ripples right here? I mean, look how deep that is. Ain't no gold getting out of there. That's fantastic. It's got these little ridges on the back for your fingers, so you can hold on to it and your hands don't get fatigued and pan all day long. You're going to worry about slipping off and fatiguing. It's got a nice wide bottom here on the base, so that way the gold has a chance to settle out while you're stratifying the material. So that's about 3 reasons why I like it. Now, there's a 4th reason behind this pan. Believe it or not, if you live out in desert or arid areas, you can actually use this to dry pan. I'm not going to show you how to do that today, but dry panning is good if you have absolutely no water. This pan will work, and I've done it, so I know it will. So, get yourself a good gold pan. Garrett Super Sluice. Okay, when you get a pan, you're going to get a classifier that comes with it. Very important. The two go together, just like that. Okay. Next, you got to have a digging tool. Got to have a spoon. Got to scoop that stuff out with something. Snuffer bottle. I cannot emphasize this enough for you prospectors out there. Because when you get the gold in your pan and it's too small to pick out with your fingers, you got to suck it out with a snuffer bottle. And for some of you more experienced prospectors, a little jeweler's lube. I know, I said that wrong. Anyway, the reason being is because sometimes you're going to see really tiny fine pieces of color in your pan, and you're not going to be sure exactly what it is. And you're going to get one of these guys out so you can take a look in there and, oh yeah, that's a piece of gold. So that way you know you're on the right trail. So, when you get all those things together, let me know. Okay. So, now you got to go get your material. That is where sampling comes in. You got to sample all the drops. Now, we're out here where there's a lot of water. See all this? So what you want to do is you want to get to where there's some drops. I got a nice waterfall here. During flood stage, nice places to trap gold here and here, all around this area. See these tree roots right here? Good spot to trap gold. All this stuff in here. So, what are we going to do? Well, we're going to get our material out, and we're going to dig in these traps. Okay. Okay, so after you fill your pan up, about 3/4 full, you got your classifier top. You're going to submerge that in the water. Break those clumps up like such. Classify that material down. It's easier when it's in the water. And yeah, you're going to get wet. Okay. Now, pan's got a little hole in it right here. You're going to have that hole face your stomach like that. That way the ripples are out here. Okay, so what are you going to do? You're going to submerge your pan, and you're just going to gently rotate it like this. And what you're doing is you're stratifying that material. And you can shake it back and forth. And you're slowly going to let that material flow out. Get some more water in there. All that lighter stuff comes right out. Stratify. Tilt it forward. Gently let it flow out. Back and forth. Shake it forward. Gently run it out. You're going to keep doing that. Circular motion. Stratify it. Back and forth. And what you're doing is you're concentrating that heavier material down. Just like that. And then, once you got so much material there, you can do it with one hand. I'm going to shake that back and forth. Stratify it. Gently wash the material out. Bring that material back into the pan. Rotate it back and forth. Shake. Wash. Gently. Bring it back. Rotate it. Stratify it. Tilt. Shake. Gently let those heavies stay in the bottom while the lighter stuff flows over the edge. And you just keep doing it nice and easy. Like such. Just gently wash it out. And when you have just a little bit of material left in your pan, get some fresh water. Tap it a couple times with the palm of your hand. Okay, so let's see if I can show this to you without falling in the water. So what you're going to do is you're going to slowly roll that water in the pan. See that? And just washing that material. And if you have any gold, like you see there, see that flour gold in there? That really super fine gold right there? If you have any gold, it's going to be right there. Just like that. You can kind of shake it down, see if you got anything if you're doing a quick sample pan. And then tap it on the top here. And it gets that gold to walk all the way to the top. Just like that. Now take a look at that. It's not a lot, but you can see a little bit of fine gold right up in there, right up in the crease of the pan. I don't know if that, maybe if I tilt that for you, you can see that better. There you go. See that? Yeah. A little bit of gold in there. It's that really super fine flour gold. Anyway, then what you do is you grab your trusty dusty stuffer bottle, this guy right here, tilt it forward, push all the air out, and then you suck up all your gold, just like that. Just like a little miniature vacuum cleaner. Got your gold out of there? And if you're good enough, you can actually use the snuffer bottle to wash away the black sands. And that way it leaves the gold behind. And then you just sucker it all up. And then, all your gold is in here, and you can take it back to the house, or do whatever, don't forget about it, and then dump this into a glass bottle, and then I'll show you how to do that on another video. So, I hope that's explained how you're supposed to use a gold pan. At least that's how I use it, with a snuffer bottle. There's other different techniques out there, tons of them, but that's the one that I've seen that works best for me, and I haven't lost any gold yet. I hope not. Anyway, I hope this has explained stuff, especially to the gentleman out in Norway who's having a tough time trying to figure out how to use a gold pan. So until next time, this has been Jeff Williams with AskJeffWilliams.com saying, I hope there's gold in everybody's pan. See ya. Gold will be trapped there, not in the middle, on the sides. Here you can see where the creek widens out and the pressure.
Milo's Rewards credit card saves us 5% on the things we need. As
loyalty members, we get points toward Milo's money for the things we want.
Creeks to find gold using hydrodynamic deposition models. All that and a whole lot more coming up.
Excellent!
All right, for those of you out there that don't know who I am,
Jeff
Williams, certified geologist, and I have 40 years in experience of gold mining and prospecting. I'm going to teach you how to find gold too. Now, for all my subscribers out there, welcome back. And if you ain't subscribed, go ahead and click that little red bar that says subscribe. Don't forget the bell icon too, so you can be notified of future vids when we make more of them. So you ready to do this? Are you ready? Are you ready? Let's get it on. All right, son of Jim, to understand how to read a river or creek, you first have to understand what? Hydrodynamic deposition. Now, I know that sounds like a big word, but it ain't. All it means in a nutshell is how that material is affected by the forces of water. And that's what I'm going to teach you today. And I'm going to be using a model for illustration. That way it's a lot easier to understand. Now, we went ahead and built a model here, and we tried to encompass all the scenarios you might come in contact with. You got waterfalls. You've got large rocks in the river system. You got bends in the creeks. You got cracks in the bedrock. You got eddy currents. You got long stretches. You got sharp turns with cave systems. You got benches. You've got sandbars. You've got side tributaries feeding in. You got low pressure zones where the creek widens out. You've got sections of bedrock running perpendicular through the creeks. Got sharp bends. And of course you got large boulders too. Now, what's good about this is you can change the parameters, the variables involved to suit the situation you might be encountering. So if you want to see how the dynamics change when you introduce large rocks or boulders, you can do that. That's what I like about this system, is it's dynamic. It's not static. You can change it all. That way you can see how the black sand and the gold are going to be affected by the water if you add in different variables. All right, now to make this work, I got a ball of black sands here, and I got some super fine gold. Not only are we going to find out where the black sand drops out, but we're also going to find out where the gold drops out, since it's 19.3 times heavier than water. The paintbrush is so that you go over the entire surface area of where the water's traveling before you start out. Get rid of those air bubbles, because that can have an effect on this material since it's been screened down to -20. Plus, the paintbrush is great for moving water current or moving your black sands around to see what different scenarios that you can come up with. And the super magnet is so you can pull the black sand out of the creek and have a fresh start if you're using different parameters or different obstructions. And yeah, you're gonna get wet. Now, before I get started, I want to give a big cowboy yeehaw and shout out to Ryan and Connie Grizzard. They're a couple of our premium patrons. They said they didn't hear their name in a shout out. So you know what? I'm gonna give you a shout out right now. All right, let's get this thing fired up, because I know you want to know what it looks like when it's running. So you know what I'm going to say, huh? You better. Now, another good thing about this model is I can increase or decrease water flow, which has a tremendous effect during flood stages. Alright, now let's add some black sand in there and see how it reacts. See how it's collecting right here in front of this tributary? And then back behind the tributary. And then in this low pocket zone right here, and then you got all this flow sand in the back of the sandbar. See that? Perfect place to look for gold. Right there. Right where this tributary feeds into another creek, a more stronger creek. That's a good place to look for gold. That's a good place to look for gold. See the eddy current right there moving around? And the gold is trapped in that low pressure zone right there. Here, you can see where these two low pressure zones are on the side, and the gold will be trapped there, not in the middle, on the sides. Here you can see where the creek widens out and the pressure slows down, and all this golden black sand deposit right here. Right here I've got a large obstruction, and you can see that the black sand is collecting behind the rock. And then on the inside bend right here, which is a no-brainer. Then as the pressure builds up, there's nothing. Then you have another large obstruction right here. See that? And then you have a low pressure zone here. And then just to the side of the rock, a low pressure zone there. And then it feeds out through here into this canyon. And then you have this huge pay streak right there. Do you see that? Then around the corner, it comes here. Low pressure zone, there's another pay streak right there. Current picks up, nothing. And on it goes. Now see this large obstruction or boulder right here? There's nothing directly behind it. Now you can see the boulder here, but directly behind it there's nothing. A lot of people say check right behind a boulder. I'm saying you have to get away from that high pressure zone to the low pressure zone, which is usually away from the back of a boulder. See that? We're going to decrease our water speed, and then we're going to put some obstructions there to see what that does. Notice that the pay streak has increased. There's the old size, here's the new size. Same with this pay streak here, it's gotten larger because of the decreased water flow. This one has increased in size as well. See this pay streak has a teardrop shape to it? Then down here where you have the side tributary, you can see a little eddy current right there flowing around. And then you have this huge amount of black sand on the back side of it. All right, now I'm gonna go put a boulder in there and see what happens then, son. All right, we'll put a boulder in right about here. See how the dynamics is flowing up against this?
That says it's halfway done, so if you want to watch more, I'm advertising the Civilian Conservation Corps at Wanakino, New York. It was because of them I found the first volcano in New York. Wanakino is the middle of nowhere. So they had them people there for a reason, to plant trees. Well, I brought you here to show you the Civilian Conservation Corps, CC camps. The original site, Camp S84, Company 229, Wanakino, New York. I went to the forestry school in Wanakino. So I wonder how many volcanoes that these people, only these people, put trees up because nothing could grow there. And how many in the whole United States, different kind of camps, did the same thing for volcanoes, because they couldn't grow trees on a volcano land. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 8 to 9, and his personnel, 1, 2, 3, 72. This plaque was placed here by the members of that camp. This 28th day of July, 1968. Just about 8 years after I came to camp here. I remember cleaning off some of this area. I remember that drinking fountain. So in the all United States, how many volcanoes were there that wouldn't let trees grow on it, and they had to hire them to plant them there, plant trees. So if that's true, the earth was made by volcanoes.